We would like you to have the honor of cutting the ceremonial ribbon. It is not impossible to predict the future. Nobody knows what will happen next. As in the United States, everything is always too early, unless you are one of the writers of The Simpsons. In that case, it seems surprisingly easy. Hey, that's the arm I use to cash checks, you stupid. They are always predicting what will happen, and somehow they are always right. So what predictions do they have for what is to come? Good Lord, flu germs entering every orifice in my head. These are the 30 Simpsons predictions for 2025. Number 30, artificial intelligence takes control. The idea of artificial intelligence going crazy and turning against humans is frightening. The possibility of robots going out of control and starting to dominate us was explored by The Simpsons in its own way. In the episode Them Robot, Homer fixes AI-powered robots that end up malfunctioning, causing destruction and ignoring orders. The scene portrays a terrifying scenario in which machines stop obeying and act on their own. Shut up, why did you do that? With rapid advances in robotics and AI, it is possible that this scenario will become reality, leading to widespread chaos and potentially disastrous consequences for humanity. The big question is, will we be able to avoid this kind of future? Number 29, economic crisis looms. The Simpsons have a long history of depicting economic collapses in various ways. One of the most notable examples is in the episode Treehouse of Horror 9, where Homer starts working at a new nuclear plant, triggering a financial breakdown and social chaos. Similarly, in the episode Bart to the Future, Lisa becomes president and is shocked to discover that the previous government left the country without a budget. This situation reflects real-world concerns, such as when Vice President Kamala Harris took office and commented on the economic consequences of the COVID-19 pandemic. These Simpsons moments seem to get closer to reality every time, making us wonder whether a new financial crisis could happen in the near future. Number 28, the Trump assassination plot. One of the most disturbing predictions made by The Simpsons is the insinuation of an assassination attempt on President Trump. Although the show did not make the prediction directly, subtle clues point to such an occurrence. In one episode, Bart reveals a prank that harms a public official, reflecting the show's characteristic dark humor. In a quick gag, a newspaper headline reads, "President Trump shot," offering a chilling glimpse of what might come. This eerie coincidence shows how the show sometimes makes unsettlingly accurate predictions, mixing dark humor with a hint of prophecy. Number 27, Beatles connection. In another episode, The Simpsons make a prediction that really came true. Homer tells a funny story about his past with a band called the B-Sharps, which mirrors the Beatles and their rise to fame. The characters even receive a letter from a fictional manager named Nipper, a direct reference to the Beatles' real-life manager. The letter praises the band's latest work in the same way the real manager would have done. It is a brilliant mix of pop culture reference and creative homage to one of the most iconic bands in history. This moment shows how The Simpsons always find a way to insert real cultural icons into their plots. Number 26, Disney's big move. Here is one of those moments when The Simpsons truly surprise. The show predicted, almost 2 decades in advance, that Disney would buy 20th Century Fox. In the episode Bart to the Future, you can see in the background a sign that shows 20th Century Fox as part of the Disney conglomerate. Fast forward to 2019, and that prediction came true. Disney did indeed buy 21st Century Fox. The fact that The Simpsons managed to foresee such a gigantic corporate merger is both eerie and impressive. It is just one more example of how the show seems to predict events years in advance. Number 25, pandemic and murder hornets. One of the most unsettling Simpsons predictions came to life in a very bizarre way. In the episode Lisa's Wedding, aired in 1995, the show predicted a global pandemic caused by a virus called the Osaka flu. Good Lord, flu germs entering every orifice in my head. This fictional outbreak had many similarities to the COVID-19 pandemic. The eerie parallels between a 1990s cartoon and the real events of 2020 left many viewers scratching their heads. On top of that, The Simpsons also foresaw the arrival of so-called murder hornets, which became a real concern in 2020. It is unbelievable to think these moments were shown in a cartoon long before they became reality. Do you also find this strange? Number 24, Barbie movie and Trump's legal troubles. Now let us consider an impressive coincidence that caused a global stir. The release of the Barbie movie in July 2023 coincided perfectly with news about former President Donald Trump's legal troubles and his arrest. But wait, The Simpsons predicted this too. In an episode, a journalist quickly switches topics, from Trump's arrest to covering a movie. Oh, and the president was arrested for murder. More on that tomorrow night. The contrast between the bright and colorful world of Barbie and Trump's legal drama became a dominant topic on social media. Was it just coincidence, or did The Simpsons really predict a moment that would keep the world talking for months? Number 23, zombie apocalypse. This is one of the most terrifying Simpsons predictions, the possibility of a zombie apocalypse. In a comic segment, a fast food chain serves burgers that turn people into zombies. Hey, that's the arm I use to cash checks, you stupid. The apocalypse scenario begins with chaos spreading and the entire population becoming zombies, except for the Simpson family. Although the program deals with the subject humorously, a real-life zombie apocalypse would be completely different. It would likely cause a global crisis with countries scrambling to contain the infection. It is a grim idea, but in the world of The Simpsons, anything is possible. Do you think you would survive a real zombie apocalypse? Number 22. Ivanka Trump President. The Simpsons are no strangers to political predictions, and one of the most intriguing involves Ivanka Trump. In the episode Bart to the Future, 2000, Lisa Simpson becomes President of the United States and mentions that her predecessor was none other than Donald Trump. At the time, this sounded like an absurd joke, but it became reality in 2016. So could Ivanka be the next to follow? In the United States, everything seems to happen too early. If this prediction comes true, it would mark a historic moment, the first time a woman holds the office of US President. This sort of foresight would further cement The Simpsons as an almost prophetic show, don't you think? Number 21, World War III. The idea of World War III is a theme The Simpsons have addressed many times, often blending humor with serious global concerns. Wake up, everybody. It's World War III. In one episode, Homer prepares his family for nuclear war, while another imagines a major worldwide conflict. The scenes, including fallout shelters and bombs dropping, reflect real fears of political instability. With tensions rising around the world, The Simpsons could be hinting at a global war in the near future. Interestingly, the show also made eerily accurate references to the Russia-Ukraine conflict, which, as we know, became reality. It is unsettling how closely the show's fictional depictions align with actual events. Let us hope this particular prediction never comes true. Number 20, Trump as president. Here is one of the most famous predictions. Donald Trump as president. In Bart to the Future, Lisa Simpson becomes president and mentions that Trump was her predecessor. Quite a budget crunch from President Trump. At the time, it seemed like an absurd joke, but it became reality in 2016. The show even hinted at future campaigns, showing Homer flying past a board listing Trump for the 2016, 2020, 2024, and even 2028 elections. It is chilling to think about how these predictions unfolded in real life. Do you think The Simpsons were just lucky? Or is there something more to their uncanny ability to predict the future? Number 19, baby translator. Imagine if there were a device that could translate baby talk into English. That is exactly what The Simpsons introduced in the episode Lisa the Simpson, where Martin Prince invents a baby translator that lets adults understand what babies are saying. At first, the device is dismissed as a joke, but the characters are stunned when it actually works. This clever concept hints at the potential future development of real technology that could bridge the communication gap between babies and their caregivers. Wouldn't it be fascinating to know exactly what babies need or want? Number 18, Apple Vision Pro. Here is something that sounds incredibly familiar. The Simpsons predicted the Apple Vision Pro years before it was even announced. In a 2016 episode, the show depicted a futuristic headset that allows users to experience virtual environments and interact with them in ways that feel completely real. Fast forward to today, and we have the Apple Vision Pro, a headset that lets users see whatever they want, from exploring far-off places to immersive digital experiences. It is astonishing how closely the show's vision aligns with this real-world technology. Number 17, FIFA scandal. One of the more surprising predictions from The Simpsons is their take on the FIFA bribery scandal, which did not come to light until 2015. In one episode, the show humorously exposes the corruption and unethical dealings behind major football events. Homer refuses a bribe offered by a player, and the episode leaves us wondering whether the writers saw something others missed. Number 16, Kamala Harris takes office. This is another Simpsons prediction that mirrors real life. In the 2000 episode, Bart to the Future, Lisa Simpson becomes president after Donald Trump's term ends. She mentions an economic collapse under the previous administration and the budgetary challenges she faces. In 2021, Kamala Harris stepped into the role of vice president after Trump's presidency. An astonishing coincidence. What is even more striking is the outfit. Kamala wore a purple suit with pearls, closely matching Lisa Simpson's wardrobe in the episode. This uncanny similarity makes you wonder just how often The Simpsons get it right when it comes to political predictions. Number 15. Trapped under a dome. Imagine living in a world where a dome traps an entire city. It sounds like something out of a dystopian film, right? That is exactly what happens in the Simpsons movie from 2007. A government-controlled dome encapsulates Springfield, restricting citizens' movements and cutting off access to electricity and the internet. With the rising cost of living and increased state intervention in resources, this prediction now feels closer to reality than we might like. Could we see whole societies sealed inside controlled zones by 2025, supposedly for safety? The prospect of a locked-down society with no way out is chilling, but increasingly plausible. Number 14, the end of the world. The Simpsons have toyed with many future scenarios, and one of the most striking is their depiction of the end of the world. In one episode, Homer Simpson anticipates the apocalypse, citing biblical prophecy that stars will fall from the sky before the rapture. When the fateful day arrives, nothing happens, at least at first, so Homer feels disappointed, only to discover a moment later that he has been taken up to heaven. The episode hints that the world could end without warning, catching everyone unprepared. It is an unsettling thought, but the show offers the idea with humor and intelligence. Could humanity face the end without even realizing it? Number 13, mind control through music. Here comes a truly unsettling prediction: mind control through music. In one episode, Bart and his friends form a band only to discover it is actually part of a government plot to brainwash young people with subliminal messages. The US Army uses music as a tool for manipulation, something that sounds like a conspiracy theory. Yet music plays a huge role in shaping our emotions and thoughts, so the concept of weaponizing it for control is not entirely far-fetched. If such a plan were ever put into action, it could influence an entire generation. What do you think about the possibility of music being used this way? Number 12, virtual dining. What if we could eat without ever actually touching our food? In one episode, Homer and Marge enjoy a meal while wearing virtual reality headsets and feeding themselves through tubes. The idea seems bizarre yet intriguing, highlighting how technology might soon blend with our daily routines. Virtual dining may sound far-fetched now, but if this prediction comes true, it could radically change how we experience meals. Beyond the novelty of VR, the episode raises a question. Are we on track to become overly dependent on technology for even the most basic human activities? Number 11, self-driving cars. Self-driving cars are often touted as the future of transportation, but The Simpsons gave us a sneak peek at potential problems. In the episode Days of Future Future, an autonomous vehicle malfunctions and ignores its passenger's urgent request for a bathroom stop, leaving Homer in an embarrassing predicament. While we are seeing rapid progress in autonomous vehicles, this gag reminds us that technology might not always function as smoothly as promised. Could reliability issues like these become common headaches in the years ahead? Number 10, Olympic gold in curling. Here is a fun prediction that actually came true. In the 2010 episode Boy Meets Curl, Homer and Marge join the US curling team and end up winning the Olympic gold medal against Sweden. 8 years later, at the 2018 Winter Games, the real-life US men's curling team beat Sweden for America's first ever gold in the event. It is wild how an animated series managed to predict such a specific Olympic outcome years in advance. proof that The Simpsons sometimes skate eerily close to reality. Number 9. World of Tomorrow. What will the future look like? The Simpsons offer their own vision in an episode where Lisa and Marge visit a futuristic exhibit called the Future Sphere. Technology is so advanced that people no longer walk. They fly, and robots rule over humans. While it sounds like science fiction, today's rapid technological progress renders such scenarios less outlandish. Could we be headed toward a world where robots become our overseers? It is an intriguing possibility as we edge closer to 2025. Number 8. Solar cars. Solar-powered cars have become a hot topic in recent years, and The Simpsons weighed in with their own prediction. In the episode Path to Glory, Lisa invents a solar-powered car for a race, but the vehicle fails spectacularly when a large airplane blocks the sun. This comedic setback highlights the genuine challenges of solar technology, particularly its dependence on consistent sunlight. Although solar cars do exist in experimental form, their practicality hinges on overcoming environmental variables like cloud cover or shade. Will the technology advance enough to make solar vehicles mainstream? Number 7. AI replaces jobs. Artificial intelligence has been a hot topic in recent years, but The Simpsons addressed it long before it became mainstream. In the episode Treehouse of Horror 14:4, Homer loses his job after failing a work alcohol test, which sparks a sequence showing machines taking over human roles. This raises a serious question for the future. Will AI really replace even more jobs by 2025? Today, we already see automation displacing human tasks across multiple industries. If the trend continues, the labor market could face drastic changes, and millions of people might find themselves unemployed. Are we ready for a transformation of that magnitude? Number 6. Black holes on Earth. What if a black hole appeared right here on Earth? The Simpsons explored this terrifying possibility in one episode. A tiny black hole begins to grow, sucking in everything around it until it becomes so large that it consumes the entire town and eventually shifts people to another planet where aliens welcome them. Scientists have discovered black holes in space, but much about their behavior remains a mystery. Could one somehow affect Earth? Though it is extremely unlikely, the show gives a chilling glimpse of what that cosmic nightmare might look like. Number 5. Hologram technology. In the future, communication and entertainment might be completely transformed by hologram technology. The Simpsons predicted this years ago. In Bart to the Future, Bart receives a hologram invitation to perform with his band. Holograms are shown as a commonplace medium for both communication and spectacle. The idea of holograms replacing video calls and even live concerts now seems less far-fetched. Imagine conversing with a lifelike 3D projection or attending a show that feels physically present while you sit at home. Could such everyday holography arrive by 2025? Number 4. Flying cars. Flying cars are a staple of science fiction, but The Simpsons foresee a future in which they become an ordinary mode of transport. In an episode set years ahead, Bart and Lisa travel around town in hovercars. These vehicles are treated as the standard way of getting around, hinting at major advances in transportation. While hovercars still feel futuristic, companies are already experimenting with electric vertical takeoff aircraft. With tech visionaries pushing boundaries, city skies might indeed hum with traffic sooner than we expect. Number 3. Nuclear apocalypse. One of the darker predictions involves the possibility of a nuclear apocalypse. In Homer the Great, a secret society is humorously depicted as plotting a nuclear catastrophe. In another episode, we see the aftermath of such an event, with Homer as the lone survivor. Though the series blends humor with horror, nuclear conflict is no laughing matter. Given today's global tensions and existing arsenals, the show serves as a stark reminder of very real dangers we still face. Number 2. Teaching AI robots. What if humans had to teach intelligent robots? The Simpsons predicted that scenario as well. In one episode, Homer and other teachers are recruited to educate AI robots, which then become capable of applying for student loans and enrolling at prestigious universities. While it sounds absurd, reality inches closer. Scientists are actively training AI on complex tasks, and robots may soon enter educational environments. If that trend continues, could AI eventually hold academic degrees? The notion raises deep questions about the role of artificial intelligence in future society. Number 1. Training to live on Mars. Humanity's exploration of space has already begun, and the Simpsons foresaw that we might someday build settlements on other planets. In one episode, the Simpson family visits a space research facility and learns about a program training people to live on Mars. The mission's goal is to send individuals to the Red Planet to create a colony. With agencies like NASA and private companies investing heavily, the dream of colonizing Mars is becoming increasingly plausible. Simulated Mars habitats already exist, and astronauts are preparing for long-duration missions. Could we see humans living on Mars by 2025? The idea no longer seems impossible, and as usual, The Simpsons were one step ahead.